Hi, Nursing 451 students. We're going into Chapter 7 for this week. It's hard to believe that we only have really a week and a half left of this course. As you may recall, Module 8 is a shortened week as classes end before the weekend. So they end next Thursday. So I wanted to go over with you Module 7. This is one of my favorite modules, emergency preparedness and the nurse's role in emergency preparedness, and then in the event that there is an emergency that occurs, a disaster kind of situation, what the roles are with nurses then. So let's go ahead and go into the module. And for this week, I just wanted to remind everyone that your putting it all together paper is due tomorrow, which is October the 8th. Okay, that's this assignment here, my population health project, putting it all together. This is your individual project paper that you were working on since the beginning of Module 4. You've been working on it in Module 4, 5, 6, and so it's due then tomorrow by 11:59 p.m. Central Time. All right, so going back up to what we're going to be covering, the ANA disaster brief and the FEMA document is included in this module. You're going to be looking at the Medical Corps, a Reserve Corps. There's a great website here by ready.gov that you can look at. The FEMA Whole Community PDF is a great guide for preparedness activities at the community level. And then the ANA brief on the nurses' roles during disasters. And here's a really interesting, the Health and Human Services new Ebola Training Center. So this actually, the Ebola crisis really hit a couple years ago, but I thought this was still really interesting that I kept it in here. I don't know if some of you may remember a couple years ago there was a huge outbreak of Ebola that had occurred, and the HHS had responded, and there were new medications that were being used to treat Ebola, and some of them investigational. So that was always really kind of interesting. But if you had the choice of either dying or trying an investigational drug, I think, in our country did, chose the investigational drug. It was sort of one of those things of, well, what harm would it do if the person is expected to pass anyway? So I hope you find that interesting as well. And then, of course, here's the link for that paper that, again, is due tomorrow night, Monday night, October 8th, 11:59 p.m. Central Time, and then the link into the discussion board for Module 7. So real quickly, I want to just review with you. I only had 2 people so far in this class turn in their pictures of the Castle Branch. So let me just go back up here into Castle Branch. All of you are aware, or at least I hope all of you are aware of where you stand in terms of what you've submitted in the Castle Branch and what needs to be completed. So when you go into this link here, it brings up some instructions if you still need to submit anything, the requirements that we require. So firstly, everyone needs to have a background check done. All right, this is usually the state in which you reside, or the state that you're going to be doing your practicum hours. So when I say practicum hours, this is where you're going to be working with those key players and the population in which you're going to be working with. And then when we move into 472, it's where you're actually going to be doing your practicum. A lot of people for 472 will choose their place of employment. You can talk more later about 71, 72 a little bit later on in your journey through your BSN. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention that it's a background check, and then you also need to request the clinical requirements MC14, and that's outlined here as well. Okay, so when you click on additional Castle Branch instructions, it's all listed here. Now, if you have questions about uploading or questions about what's needed, there is a 1-888 number. The Student Help Extension number is here. When everything is complete and you've taken your screenshot, so it says, please submit the image of your completed Castle Branch requirements here. You must submit this prior to the end of class in order to move on to Nursing 452. So this needs to be done at prior to the very last day of class for this course. And Megan French, one of your colleagues, has graciously allowed, she's agreeing to let me share with you what the screenshot looks like. And so you'll see that the background check had been submitted. I had gone in and checked her background check. It's all good. And then here is the clinical requirements MC14. So if you notice, all of the requirements, there's 13 of them, are listed. And you have the rectangles that have complete with the green check marks. And that's an indication that they have reviewed each and every one of the documents, verified it, and accepted it. Okay, so when you go in and you're submitting your documents, you need to submit them individually into each of the requirements. You can't just submit one document and then think that you're done. They won't extrapolate that information. You have to upload your MMR into the MMR requirement. The same with the varicella, Hep B, so on and so forth. Okay, so like I said, you just have to kind of play by the rules, get everything uploaded, and then once you see that it is complete, that's when you can take your screenshot. Once you've taken this screenshot, then you're going to save it, and then you're going to upload it here into the Castle Branch assignment tab. So when you click on that, it brings you to this page. You're going to browse my computer, select the picture of the file, and attach it, and then you're going to click Submit. Now notice it's worth 2 points. So you'll get the 2 points when you do this, okay? If you have completed your Castle Branch and you didn't submit the image, then ultimately I have to go in and I have to verify your Castle Branch record. Even if it is completed, I'm not going to give you the 2 points if you didn't take the screenshot, okay? This shows to me that when you've taken the screenshot and you've uploaded it, that you know that you have gone in to make sure everything is up to date and current. And when I can see that you have done that, then I know basically the requirement is complete. Okay, if I don't see this, and I know it's only worth 2 points, but sometimes 2 points can make a big difference. If I don't see this, then I kind of have to worry that maybe there are some things that are outstanding that have not been completed, and then we kind of have to deal with that. So I do award students with just taking a simple picture and uploading it, and that way then it's sort of a verification that I know you have gone into the system to make sure that you've met all the requirements. So I hope that that makes sense. I also wanted to let you know that, let me go into Module 8 real quickly, because you will have an assignment due at the beginning of Module 8. Okay, so let's go ahead into that, just looking ahead, and that is your share presentation. Okay, so you will submit this by the due date. And let me just go in here real quickly and take a look at this, because I think I just caught maybe a date error. Yes, I did. Okay. So your share group presentation is actually due October 15th. Okay. So I will go in and I will change that right now. It'll show that on the video, it shows October 16th, but it's actually due October 15th. Sometimes when we move courses from year to year, we lose dates, and that happens all the time with online learning. So we just have to catch the mistakes when we see them happen. But so Module 8 on that Monday is when your group presentations are due. And then again, your population health project, that paper, okay, that you started back in Module 4, excuse me, is due December 8th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. All right, I think that pretty much covers it now. If you have questions about the course, let me know. If you have questions about Castle Branch, don't hesitate to contact that 188 number. I will talk to everyone soon. Thanks.